What's good? It's your boy Logic, the unsung hero, the hero you didn't know you needed. Shout out to Better Bachelor, man. A caller had called into his show, asking him, why a girl ghosted him after a week. He thought he was doing all the right things. He was trying to be the type of guy that she said that she was interested in, whether he was doing that organically or not, like trying to be that good guy, sensitive, polite, and all that other good shit, right? And then Barry Bachelor told him exactly, you know, what I was gonna tell him. I'm like, look, man, girls are gonna tell you the politically right answers. Whether she might have actually tried to describe you just to make you feel good while you're around her to lower your guard, and that way she can finesse you for more time, attention, whatever, right? So you gotta really um watch how a girl like responds. Like guys have done it too. If a girl ever asks you like, "Oh, what kind of girls you like?" And you sit there and describe, shit similar to that girl, then because you're trying to make her feel good. Like first of all, I don't even know if that really works on girls. I don't know if they really respect that. I mean, tell you the truth, you should actually describe somebody that doesn't fit her description at all. Because if she's even talking to you and she's interested in you in any kind of way, then she knows she's fighting somewhat of an uphill battle. I don't have the kind of qualities that he likes, but I'm going to make him see that the type of qualities I do have, he might be interested in. So she might jump through a few hoops, maybe, But when that caller said what he said, and then Better Bachelor said, like, look, man, she's attracted to a completely different type of archetype. Like, she wants that strong, dark, handsome, masculine, intelligent, Chad Tyrone type. Um, he was right on the money. I said, but there's one other key factor in there. Even after having all those stats and attributes, the one thing you got to remember to do is you can't chase. Well, at least you can't chase directly, right? Because what happens is a girl's gonna get a little self conscious when you have all these qualities that she finds interesting or sexy or whatever, but at the same time you're not chasing her because most women are chased, point blank, period. So when she finally finds a guy that meets all these metrics and doesn't chase her, what happens is there's going to be a role reversal. She's going to probably try to get your attention. She's going to chase you at least in her own kind of way. And whether she leads with sex or she throws it as a Hail Mary at some point in time, she's going to feel like she got the trump card on you. But what happens is you take that trump card, you play that trump card, and you act like nothing's changed. Because what'll happen is she'll then think to herself that there must be something wrong about me. And whether she's trying to find that out through getting to know you better or just trying harder to get your affection, you can keep her on the hook longer. It doesn't mean she won't leave at some point in time, but you're less likely to get ghosted if you don't do the chasing. So, what the caller probably did is he probably was that nice guy and shit, but he probably gave her too much attention. He had too much free time. She'd call her, he'd be over there in 2 seconds flat, and then she probably got everything she can get out of you, and she moved on to the next, guy. So that's one of the most important things. Like, even on top of having all those attributes, you can't be like chasing so hard. There has to be an air of mystery about you. What women used to have, what they used to be able to use back in the past to kind of really keep guys on the hook. They pretty much lost that nowadays with social media. Like we get to literally peek behind the curtain and see what see the Wizard of Oz, and he's actually not a wizard. He's a fucking dude with some contraptions and shit. That's what females have done today. Where back in the 70s and 80s and even further back, like we didn't understand the inner workings of a female. We would jump through so many hoops trying to figure out, but now with girls being so forthcoming, doing the OnlyFans, talking about their sexual experiences and this, that, and the other, you demystified yourself and lowered yourself to pretty much our level. There's no point in us jumping through hoops and fighting for y'all if y'all are damn near as dirty as us, and even worse in some cases because you're selling your body for money. While we're willing to fuck for free, y'all put a pay charge on it or whatever. So which lowers your value in the male eye. So nowadays, men have to operate with that air of mystery and not play up all your cards up front and not chase. And hopefully the girl sticks around a little bit longer. And if she's young enough, she's probably gonna dip off anyway. Typically, I would say you'd have to play this kind of game, with a girl that's probably around 30, 35, because in her head, she's probably trying to settle down anyway. She's just biding her time to try to make sure she's finding the right guy that you ain't full of shit. And once she's put enough work in, and she's actually invested, she's at that age because she don't have time. The more she invests at a later age, the more likely she'll stick around. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So if you're the type of guy that wants to settle down, I'm sorry to say this, might go against, contrary to belief. If a guy wants to settle down, I think he probably have to settle down with somebody around in their 30s. And typically, the manosphere says, you shouldn't settle down with nobody. There should be an age gap or whatever. And I was like, that's true. But most guys don't have the status to kind of like leverage that against someone in their like mid to late 20s to like settle down because the ride looks too fun. Like she'll look at you and then she'll look at the ride and she'll be like, I still got a bunch of free rides left. And unless your value is so astronomically high, she's not going to get off that ride. So I have to talk to the average man. Your value as an average man, or maybe even slightly above average, you're not going to be able to really force her to get off that ride. Now, what you're going to have to wait for is for her to use up all her tokens on that ride and then hit her with the, oh, I'm not going to really chase you, blah, blah. I got to make her invest in me. And then eventually, when she questions you for a relationship, if you feel like she's worthy, then you honor her with the relationship proposal or whatever. Like, I mean, she has to ask you, and then you lay out your conditions or whatever. And if she likes you enough, she'll fall in line, and then you can kind of move on. Now, yes, you'll probably have to deal with some type of baggage. You might even have to deal with a kid. But if you're trying to settle down, that's what you're going to really be settling down with, unless you're exceptional. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, once you gain all these stats and qualities and whatever and attributes, you just gotta chase a little bit less, man. You gotta chase a little less. Make her come after you. But all right, that's all I need to say. It's your boy Logic, the unsung hero. I'll holler at y'all guys later. Peace.